Jabber Racing not only sponsor the VAG trophy, but also run a fantastic concept idea called Arrive and Drive. I'm going to speak to Brian Schlewitz and Kevin Glover to find out more. Tell me a little bit more about the Arrive and Drive.
Yeah, we offer a facility where a person can come along and hire a race car for the day, for the weekend, or even the year. Fully run, front-running car, where you can just get out on the track and give it a go, you know.
Sounds like a fantastic opportunity then for drivers who don't necessarily have enough experience about the technical side of things.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people. Some people have probably got the budget, but they haven't got the time or the ability to build a front-running car. And we like to offer our cars as they are a front-running car, so you can come drive it and be at the front of the grid.
And how many cars do you have available?
We have two rent cars, the black Mark II and there's a blue Mark II, and we also run a customer car, which is the red Mark II, for a customer, purely because, you know, he trusts us for what we do.
For the Arrive and Drive, is it something that's good for those who don't necessarily have the technical knowledge, as others may do?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. All you have to do is turn up with a helmet, suits and boots, and off you go. Everything else is done by the team, so it really is that easy. So yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, but you do want to get out there and have a good race and be, you know, at the front end of the pack, then it's the easiest way to do it. I've been out of the Golfs now for about 2 years, so it's nice return back in a 16 valve rather than an 8, which I used to race. Because it's televised now, it's nice to get the name out there. Basically just filling a seat. It just so happens that I've gotten in the car and it's proven well on the circuit. The pace has come naturally, jumped in it and drove it. That's how easy it is to drive these cars on an Arrive and Drive. Providing I get a good start, I think I could hang on to the back of Jamie Martin. I've had a look at the data and that, and the time is in the car. I've just got to keep calm, focused and push, and I think I could keep up with him.
28 cars here on the grid for the Mark II Golf GTI Championships. 3 wins in as many races sees Jamie Martin up here on pole position. Henry Wright is second on the grid. Kevin Glover is close behind. Will it be a 4th victory for Jamie? Let's see.
Well, it's certainly been a pretty good start to 2012 for Jamie Martin. He lines up once more in pole position with Harry Wright alongside him on row 1, then Kevin Glover and John Maudsley on the 2nd row. Colin Hayes lines up in 5th, just about ready for the off here. Huge field as ever in the Mark II Golf GTI Championship. Who's going to get away the best? It's a superstar from Darren Bedford in the midfield, the black and white car. He gets away well. The rest of the field all cleanly move off on towards Copse Corner. It's Jamie Martin who turns through the head of the field, so he leads them through Copse as Andrew Aldridge is already in the midst of a midfield battle. He looks to get the power down out of Copse. He does. It's good effect. He's going to gain a couple of places here as the field surge on towards Beckett for the first time of asking. It is Martin who leads it just from Wright and Glover as they stream through. We've got a casualty, and running wide it's the 77 car of Colin Hayes, and Hayes pulls off in the background. I just wonder if that's a mechanical issue that's forced him out of the race early on, as Andrew Aldridge has just got his windscreen full of Golfs, accelerating down towards Brooklands for the first time. He's already into Luffield, hopping on 3 wheels as the race leader Jamie Martin, trying to pull away already from Harry Wright, Kevin Glover, and then the fast starting Darren Bedford up to 4th with John Maudsley in 5th. Andrew Aldridge in the bright orange Golf. This is what he can see, and it's largely Mark Reynolds in the 93 car. He's looking to try and pick his way past as they go side by side. I think it's also Simon Gustafson who they're trying to chase down. There's John Maudsley, who's moved ahead of Darren Bedford, so that is a position spot. Maudsley getting a good run out to Luffield as James Colburn tries to make progress. He is up onto the tail of Darren Drury in the all-black number 7 car, and they're trying in turn to chase down Peter Milne in number 44. So here's Colburn trying to pressurise Drury into Beckett's, and Drury taking a very, very tight line on the way to Beckett's. Now, will he run wide here? That could give the opening for Colburn. He doesn't run wide. He's still running very tight, and James Colburn, that's as easy a pass as he's going to have all season. He just carries the momentum right the way around the outside of Darren Drury. Further back, here's the fight for second in Class 1. It's between John Major in the grey car and Tim Cox in the white machine. It's Major who's just got the advantage, and he is able to hold on at least through Brooklands. This time around it's Alex Harris who currently leads Class 1. Just catch a flash of Alex's roof as went past us then again. Major taking the preferred 3-wheeled option through Luffield. They've also got joining them Paul Cowland, and Cowland, another Class 1 car, looking to try and elevate himself up onto the Class 1 podium. Here is the fight for third position in Class 2 in the race overall. It's Kevin Glover and John Maudsley. So the Jabber squad will be cheering one in their hut at the moment as they accelerate out of Beckett and along the National Straight. Well, the force was almost with Kevin Glover there, wasn't he? Because John Maudsley practically pushed him onto the National Straight, and Maudsley carries a lot of momentum in that red car. And is he going to go around Glover here into Brooklands? It looks like it. That's a brilliant move. If he can pull it off from John Maudsley, keeps his foot in, takes the outside line through Brooklands, and that gives him the inside for Luffield. He gains the place, and that was very, very nicely judged. He's taken the best part of half of that to complete the move. He set it up perfectly, and through he goes up into third place in the race overall. So there is Harry Wright in second. The race leader, Jamie Martin, is long gone in the distance. Glover looks to fight back to the inside of Maudsley into Kopp's corner. No way through there for Kevin Glover, so he has to settle for fourth. He just slides the rear of the car out of Kopp's, as does Darren Bedford, who's next up in that queue in fifth position. Into Beckett's once more, John Maudsley just extending his advantage now over Kevin Glover. He's maybe just a little bit more confident on the brakes into Beckett's, and then he's able to carry that speed out onto the National Straight. Glover will then look to take advantage of the slipstream. Holmia being punched by the car of John Maudsley. Kevin Glover following in behind him now. Will he be close enough to challenge into Brooklands? Well, not quite, but he's certainly right on his tail. And Maudsley's going to have to watch himself here. Again, he takes a very tight inside line into Luffield. He'll hope to move across, claim the apex, and make sure he doesn't leave a car's width for Kevin Glover to sneak through. He's able to hold on for one more corner at least. Accelerating on to complete the lap. There is Alex Harris, who leads Class 1. It's been a very strong start to the year for Bomber, and he is looking well set to the double at Silverstone this weekend. Andrew Aldridge, Simon Gustafson and Adrian Ward having a very nice tussle. It's Ward in the multicolored car just on the tail of the red machine of Gustafson, and then Andrew Aldridge. Well, Kevin Glover, he's lost touch now with John Maudsley, but he's got company in the form of Darren Bedford and Josh Johnson. And Johnson looks to be the most upwardly mobile in this group, doesn't he? In the black and orange, but he's really pressurising Darren Bedford through Luffield. Accelerating then on towards Woodcote. Are we going to see a change of position into Kopp's corner? Glover again come under a little bit of pressure. Kevin Glover, he's looked very, very smooth in terms of his lines in this race, but almost that precision working against him a little bit, because it's enabling the others to really hassle him. So through Kopp's corner comes this trio of cars, and again Glover, absolutely inch-perfect racing line on a slightly more lurid style of Josh Johnson, gives him the momentum as they accelerate on towards Beckett, and Johnson's going to challenge Darren Bedford here, who's rather the meat in the sandwich. Into Beckett, and Bedford, he's able to hold on this time round, but Johnson's got the run onto the National Straight, so we could see the challenge into Brooklands. They accelerate along the straight now. Again, it's Glover who's got the ignoble honour of punching the hole through the air. It's enabling Bedford and Johnson to take advantage of the slipstream, and Josh Johnson is going to go for the move here into Brooklands, but he can't quite do it. And all the while, this group is on the cusp of elongating, isn't it? Because we have got Peter Mill just beginning to home in the background together with James Coulban, so it's almost a five-way scrap, and Darren Bedford looking increasingly anxious to get past Kevin Glover here, up into fourth position, and then try and chase down the third place man John Maudsley. There's Maudsley turning into Kopp's corner as Josh Johnson looks to the inside of Darren Bedford, and through he goes, and that is why Bedford was looking anxious, because Johnson was really putting pressure onto him. Bedford though is going to try and retaliate, accelerating on towards Beckett. He draws alongside him. Will he be able to go through? As we've got further dramas in the midfield. Having a quick spin there is Mark Reynolds. He finds first gear, rejoins. Josh Johnson has seen off the challenge of Bedford and is now really piling the pressure onto Kevin Glover. And again, Glover is going to be under threat for his place here into Brooklands. This is still the fight for fourth position. The race leader though, Jamie Martin, has been in imperious form thus far in 2012, and he's going to do the gentleman's set here in round 4 at Silverstone. Fastest lap, pole position, and as the checkered flag goes out, his 100% record continues, and Jamie Martin wins his fourth race on the bounce in the Mark II Golf GTI Championship in 2012. What a drive from Jamie as he waves to the crowd. This is the fight for second in Class 1. It's going to go all the way to the line. Bomber Harris still leads it. John Major, they're coming under real pressure from Tim Cox, and they're up onto the tail of Josh Rappold, who's in the Class 2 car, but at the moment very much embroiled in this battle. But I think Major is just going to hold on here. It's going to be very, very close. Harris takes the class victory, accelerating up to the line. It is John Major who takes second position, with Tim Cox in third. Alex Harris winning Class 1. So here are the final results, with Jamie Martin taking the victory from Harry Wright and John Maudsley completing the podium. Josh Johnson 4th and Bedford in 5th position. Alex Harris then winning Class 1, 18th in the race overall. A great drive from him, with John Major rounding out the top 20. Well, handshakes all around from our podium finishers, and why not a very friendly championship this, the Mark II Golf GTI Championship, and some super racing as we've seen this weekend here on the Silverstone National Circuit. It's now a month off for the drivers before they reconvene at Alton Park in July.
Got the car hooked up in testing, found the time. I think we beat the 16 valve lap record round here by about, I think something like 1.5 seconds or something like that. I was a bit concerned. I knew Henry was going to be very good on the start. He was, and I actually got behind him, but I managed to get ahead, and I'm rather pleased, yeah.
I found on the first lap that my back brakes had gone. I had no back brakes at all for the whole race. So whilst I was on it, the faster corners, the slower corners were a bit more difficult for me. Back end of the car was stepping out, not quite so predictable. So it was just about managing the faults, getting on with it. There was a couple of faster guys in the 16 valve cars. I thought, I'm not going to try and race them. I'll let them go, and I'll race a sensible race.
So we leave Silverstone. These are the championship standings, within Class 1. Alex Harris leading the way from Tim Cox and John Major, very closely bunched though. Meanwhile, Jamie Martin, the comfortable Class 2 leader from Kevin Glover and Darren Bedford. And in the championship overall, it is Jamie Martin leading by 11 points from Alex Harris and Tim Cox.
Well, that's it for today. It's been a fantastic day's racing here at Silverstone for the Super Pro VAG Trophy and Mark II Golf GTI Championships. Join us again very soon at Alton Park for some more exciting racing.